But Jesus Zunica, I met when I was at the Twin Towers, or the Paris Hilton Hotel, as they call it now. And Jesus Zunica had his father was a police officer. And he was a Serrano, which is a Southern California main gang. And he sent some people to get rid of this Armenian that they were having conflicts over drug deals with. And his people didn't do anything. They missed the Armenian. So he went to do it himself, which is something executives shouldn't do. Because there were a lot of people that porkers that loved donuts there waiting for him. So then he went on a hiatus. His dad actually tried to help him, the police officer, and he went into a hiatus to mental hospitals. He'd been in that jail for 3 or 4 years. And he's like 23, and he can do photographic realism drawing, so he can really draw, but he also does all these weird things. And he loves his mother, he loves his sister, but he's a confirmed Satanist. I told him, no, you don't want to do that, because that means you're on the other pole with Jesus Christ. I told him he ought to become a reformed or saved Catholic. That might help him in getting out of jail. I don't know. The main thing is I told him about coding, which I just learned on that prison movie I was watching last night. They call it kiting. He didn't even know it. I said, man, if you're going to be kiting is codes that the gang leaders make. And I told him, man, if you're going to be a gang leader with all these people, you should do things in code. Okay, y'all can burn me at the stake. I told him, you ought to do things through the Bible. Quote scripture verses, because everywhere you go, there's a Bible. And if you assigned, like the Beale letters, if you assigned a ciphertext and a key text, you could have a code. You know, the Lord is, I take my staff, that's really a Mac, Mac 10 or something. But anyway, I don't know how interesting that was. Jesus Zunica wanted me to write him. I never did. He was very pleasant for a Satanist. But anyway, to the end of the Fernando story. Fernando was a guy that was Jesus' roommate. And Jesus, as they called him, said, Fernando's crazy. So I'm talking to Fernando, and he's in his 60s. He's an old hippie. And like I said, he's got 4 apartments there. He's down in the garage. He must have had domestic violence incidents in the past with his wife. But he's drinking and working on his car. He can't do anything physical to his wife because he's out in the garage separated the whole time. But he's cursing her and telling her, I'm going to kill you, be in Spanish and all this. She's the whole while taping this. They got him for criminal threat. He's now sitting in jail. We're doing a big ramen feed with all kinds of meat in it and everything. And he says, I've never been to prison, never been in trouble with the law. Well, he didn't say trouble with the law. I've never been to prison, so it'll be a new thing. Because of the overcrowding, I do my 6 months. And I said, what are you going to do then? Sell your apartment building, split it down the middle, and go to Vegas or something? No, I'm going to go home with my wife. That's when I knew Fernando was crazy. And that's the end of the Fernando and Jesus story. That's the story.